Just listen a little bit. What I teach them is I have the whole classroom. I'll have the whole classroom stand up here, just like you're up here. So they're used to people standing up here. I don't want anybody to go in the field and feel nervous. So I teach you how to be nervous up here, and I make their testing very, very, very hard. I make them study. They have to know the tubes. They have to know the tests. They have to know what's in those tubes, and so on. So if I put a test up on the board like they're standing here. And most of you have been in a doctor's office. Doctors will usually yell things out like this. I'll put CBC, draw me a CMP, and then a PTT.
What is that?
These are certain lab tests that doctors will order. CMP is a complete blood count. This is a comprehensive metabolic panel. PTT is a profile in time. It shows you how your blood is clotting. So these are things that they've learned in 18 days. When they walked in here, they had no clue, just like you.
CMP is a what?
CMP is a complete metabolic panel.
Are those the only good things they learn?
Yes. You'll have a lab requisition and you'll study this stuff for 18 days. If I ask her like what a CBC is, she'll tell me what it is. I'll ask her what's in this CBC, she'll tell me everything that's involved in a CBC. Like your red blood cells, your white blood cells, your platelets, your hemoglobin, your hematocrit. So they know all the values to those too. But those are things that you'll learn. I don't want to overwhelm you with something that you don't know yet. These are things that they've learned over the last 18 days. So she grabs her tubes now. So show me the tubes that you grab. Tell me which one's which.
This is your light blue tube. If you were to put that on the board for me, I'd say this is for my PTT. And then if you put that there, I would say this is for my complete metabolic profile. So you'll learn what color tubes go with which tests. And this would be for my CBC. And then you'll learn what you have to do with the tube. After you're doing some, you got to rotate because you want the blood to not clot. Some of them you want them to clot. So.
Right, and then there's an actual order of draw.
Yeah.
So you have to have an order of draw.
You'll learn which ones to draw first because you don't want like the contents on the inside to mix with the other tube, the blood in the other tubes. So he'll teach you all that stuff. It's a great instructor.
Okay.
Go ahead. Show me how great I am.
And even see how you can look on your arm. You see that there's not really clear veins like mine, a little more prominent. Hers aren't. So he'll teach you how you don't have to see a vein to get it. You just got to be able to feel it. So I'm just going to go through and push on it. I'll find my vein.
Are you really feeling for an actual vein?
You could feel the sponginess of it. He'll teach you what you have to look for.
I think most people that miss veins, they actually miss the vein, is because they have to see the vein. I teach them how to feel a vein. So they know how to find a vein just by feel.
Make sure it's still there.
So what she's doing is she's actually feeling for the vein. Not all veins you're able to see. That's like some of you raised your hand and had trouble with some people that they're what I call fishing around with the needle. That's because they couldn't see.
You don't feel a thing.
I know. I got to use needles.
I heard someone say they felt stinging before. That might be because they didn't let the alcohol dry on your hand before. Was that you who said that it stung? So you want to make sure it dries all the way before you go in with the needle. I'm giving it time.
Yes, I don't care. That was separate right there. I don't need it. It don't hurt though. It hurt when they first sticking in there.
Not a flinch.
When she puts the tube in, what she'll do is she'll pop the tube in.
So you don't have blood at
If you don't get blood at first, I teach you how to readjust it. Are you in any pain?
Not at all.
See, you don't really have pain if you actually get the vein.
Especially when you get in there and it's like,
So what is that stuff at the bottom?
That is serum in there because you want the blood in this one to clot.
Just switch it.
So you don't shake it?
Not this one, the blue and the purple you do.
You only rotate tubes that actually have anticoagulants in them.
So the 3 different tubes, those 3 different tubes.
Right. There's 3 different tubes.
Yeah, so I would just twist this one 8 times. And then I'll pop my tourniquet. I did, I forget that.
So what happens if the blood clots and you don't want it to? You got to redraw the blood?
If you what?
If the blood clots and you don't want it to, you have to redraw it?
Yes, you would. But you would never do that because you would rotate it. All these tubes here, everybody, these tubes here, certain tubes have anticoagulants. And anticoagulant is something that stops the blood from clotting. So you rotate it back and forth.
So
this
like a
tube
mix.
here, you want blood to clot.
Why?
So you let it sit. Why do you want blood to clot, Jennifer?
Why do you want blood to clot? Because,
Test time.
yeah, it's a serum test, so you need the serum from it. You want it to
These tubes are
separate,
called- Good. This is a serum tube. It's a serum separator tube. So in order to get serum, you have to have clotted blood. In order to, the reason why you need serum is to do this test.
How long will it take for it to clot?
How long does it take before it clots?
so 30 to 45 minutes.
So once it's clogged, what do you get out of it?
You get serum out of
You
it.
get the serum. It'll
You'll
be
centrifuge
serum.
it? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You centrifuge, you put it in the machine. We have a machine over there, that tan one, and it'll spin around.
Oh.
And then after that, then it'll come out of the tube with the serum on top, and it'll have a little bit of gel in the middle, and then have the clotted red blood cells on the bottom.
Positive, negative for what? What are you thinking about? A lot of positive to think about.
You know, if you guys know some of the blood, and they'll tell
Well, it'll actually test for this test. And this test is a complete metabolic panel. So it'll test for that with the serum.
And you will learn how to spell ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid.
What does that mean?
The anticoagulant.
Say that again. Spell that out, please.
All right, all my potential students. Everybody listen at me, please. So, any questions at all? Yes.
P-E-Y-L-E-N-E.
What is what?
Ethylene diamine.
Well, that was one of the students, they left their heart.
M-I-N-E.
No, they didn't, it's a heart.
Gotta get out of that.
Real hard, right?
It's a real heart.
A-C.
If you're looking at that jar, yeah, I can't see what you're looking at, but I think you're looking at it.
I-C. Now separate word, acid. A-C-I-D. You'll learn how to spell that.
That's longer than supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
To work with a doctor. Okay. BD Care Center, care center.